Hey, it's Duck, and today we're taking a look at SCP-16. Known as the Sentient Micro-Organism, SCP-16 is designated as a KETER class threat. SCP-16 is a blood-borne pathogen recovered from a mine worker who injured themselves while working in a deep coal seam. The resultant wound became contaminated with coal dust from the mine, possibly infecting the worker with dormant spores of 16. Over the next several days, 16 began to infect the remaining employees within the mining camp, as well as a CDC crisis response team dispatched to handle the unknown epidemic. After testing indicated that it was no known pathogen, a Foundation biological crisis mitigation team was dispatched to take over. Upon seizing control, the crisis team terminated all affected personnel. However, Patient Zero was brought into captivity, and the mine shaft where they were thought to be infected from was closed with a mining charge. 16 has an incubation period of 24 hours all the way to 2 years, depending on the presence and number of other human hosts in the area. The first of the symptoms resemble the common cold, including itchy eyes, runny nose, coughing, and body aches. The second round of symptoms consist of a controlled hemorrhagic fever, as the organism causes a small amount of blood to become aspirated in the lungs, creating an aerosol effect. During Phase 3, the host faints and bleeds out of every possible orifice all the way down to the pores of their skin. During the final stage of the infection, the host's blood pressure skyrockets. Hosts have been observed projectile vomiting blood to distances of over 5 meters. Should the host somehow survive all of this, the pathogen returns to dormancy, returning to the incubation stage. What distinguishes 16 from other types of hemorrhagic fever such as Ebola is its unusual response to high stress. Should the subject undergo a high-stress situation, such as a life-threatening crisis, the organism will change its survival tactic from rapid reproduction to altering the host's DNA, along with rapid cell reproduction in the host. This causes major physiological changes. The changes occur within the first 24 hours, with complete body reconstruction occurring within around 2 weeks. Most hosts do not survive this process due to the heavy demands made of the body. The side effect of the transformation is an increased aggressive urge. It is believed that this may be an attempt by the virus to maximize its spread in a way similar to rabies. Subjects who undergo bodily transformation no longer appear to exhibit 16's Ebola-like properties. However, subjects infected by the transformed hosts will still undergo the normal infection process. This level of what seems to be intelligence has led researchers to believe that 16 is nothing mundane and is most likely sentient. SCP-16 is to always remain within the confines of a 5 cubic meter room. The interior temperature of this room may not exceed 0 degrees Celsius. 16 is to remain in a petri dish in a containment cube at all times, unless directed by Level 4 or higher command. Full documentation of experimentation of 16 must be submitted before and after any samples or duplicates of 16 may be taken. Failure to follow any of these procedures will result in the termination of staff or reassignment to Class D. Only authorized personnel may be permitted to obtain samples and must always be kept under BCL5 containment conditions. If an outbreak does manage to occur, even under previously mentioned procedures, Base Command is to implement a Code Sigma lockdown and containment plan. Infected personnel are to be terminated on-site by security forces wearing standard MOP, anti-biological, and anti-chemical gear. Should the infection not be contained after 48 hours, the on-site S-class nuclear device is to be detonated. Personnel remaining after detonation are not to be evacuated under any circumstances. 16 has been shown to survive for up to 6 hours on hard surfaces and up to several minutes in air. And finally, high-intensity UV light and high concentrations of disinfectant solutions have shown effective in killing 16 on non-organic surfaces.